In the heart of South America, there's a language that refuses to disappear. While countless indigenous voices have faded into history,
this is a gift. And he said, okay, esto es un regalo.
This one still lives. Still breathes. Millions speak it. And yet so few have truly heard the message that can change everything. This is the story of a people, of a language, and of a call that cannot be ignored. Guarani. Hi, my name is Ricky Carlson. This is my wife, Lauren, and we're missionaries to the Spanish-speaking country of Paraguay in South America. Today, I just want to share with you the burden that we have for the people that are in Paraguay and why that we feel like the Lord has laid that place on our hearts. The story really goes back years when right after we first got married, we were at a missions conference and we just felt the Lord pulling us to do more for Him. And so we just committed. We said, Lord, whatever you want to do, we'll do it. Basically, is kind of what we said. We went and we started to go on missions trips. We started looking for opportunities to serve in churches across the country. And really, it was at a missions trip to Puerto Rico that we first developed the love for the Spanish-speaking people. And so over the span of a couple of years, we took 5 or so missions trips to Puerto Rico with the intention of one day moving there to be missionaries. And while we were doing this, we had a door that opened for us in Paraguay, South America, a place I couldn't have even put on a map. And most people don't even know where it is in the world. That's where God called us to. Over the year that we spent there, I would say I just really felt like the Lord was calling us to be there long term in Paraguay.
So when we arrived in Paraguay, I didn't speak any Spanish. I couldn't even order food in Spanish, but over the last year there, I was able to go from speaking none to, at the end, before we left, being able to lead my first person to Christ in Spanish all by myself. And just the joy that they saw with me trying my best at speaking Spanish it brought joy to my heart as well. But also just watching all the kids and watching the church people listen to our very broken Spanish. It was just awesome as we grew through that.
We went from knowing no Spanish to being able to have complete conversations in Spanish and leading songs in Spanish and preaching in Spanish and running entire services in the Spanish language. But we found that there were many times when I was preaching, there was a disconnect. Or when I was giving someone the gospel, there was a disconnect. They were with me, but there was something that wasn't making sense. And we ended up finding out that there's many people in Paraguay that don't even speak Spanish. They only speak Guarani. The way that most countries work to have an indigenous language is you have the main language, and then some of the population still speaks that indigenous language. It's not the case in Paraguay. It's the exact opposite, actually, where everybody speaks Guarani, but people are starting to learn Spanish. And so you'll have everybody from your average farmer to the highest politician in the land speaks Guarani. Not all of them will speak Spanish. There's this village where we have all these kids that are walking around and, we're trying to give them the gospel. We're talking to them, we're talking about the gift of God, we're talking to them about salvation, but they're just like, they're not with us. They're looking off in the distance. And this is 14 miles from Asunción, the capital. So we're not like far out in the middle of nowhere. We're close to where everybody is. And even in this area, these kids weren't with us. Why? They didn't speak Spanish. They only spoke Guarani.
Pero conoces Guarani solamente. Sí. Entonces, he's saying that they don't speak any Spanish, basically. They're learning Spanish. They only speak Guarani. That's their first language, and they're in the middle of learning Spanish in school.
There's not a lot of missionaries who go to that field and learn Guarani. We knew at that point if we wanted to reach the hearts of the Paraguayans, we have to start learning Guarani as well. But until then, we came across a pastor, a national pastor, who speaks 3 languages, English, Spanish, and Guarani. And through the valuable contact that we came across there in Paraguay, we were able to record a Bible Way to Heaven video in the Guarani language. And you might be thinking, well, what's the big deal about a video on YouTube? Well, here's the cool thing. When we came to Paraguay, we started with making a Spanish-English Bible Way to Heaven video. And just that video alone got 30,000 views, with 95% of them being in Paraguay. And so now the people in Paraguay will have a video that speaks more to their heart. Who knows what more can happen with that? And here's another thing. Most of the people in Paraguay don't read their language. They only can hear it. They can only speak it. And so, sure, we can give out literature, but they don't know how to read it. But if they have a video, that can be very valuable to the people there. As far as we know, there's no gospel presentation video in the Guarani language. What could the Lord do with that? In reality, it could potentially reach 6 million people in Paraguay.
So I can't wait to get back to Paraguay, because when we first went, I couldn't speak Spanish or play the piano for the congregational music, but since being there for a year, I've learned those things. I can go soul winning in Spanish, and I'm looking forward to being back and using that again.
I know for me, our vision that we have is to reach Paraguay with the gospel. The capital needs an independent Baptist church. There's over 3.5 million people in Asunción, the greater Asunción area alone. Out of the 7 million that live in Paraguay, half of the population lives right there in the capital, and there's no independent Baptist church there. Well, we're going to be planning an independent, fundamental, Bible-believing Baptist church in the capital of Paraguay. One that goes soul winning, sings the old hymns of the faith in the Spanish language, who knows, maybe even in Guarani as well. That from that church we can plant other churches, and we can evangelize the entire nation with the gospel of Jesus Christ. All that we've been able to do, all that you've seen in this video, and all that we're going to do is impossible without partners joining with us. Would you consider joining with us, giving to the mission that we have to reach Paraguay with the gospel? I would like to invite you to visit us in Paraguay. After all, that's where it started for us. That's where the desire first came, was on a mission trip to Puerto Rico. But Paraguay was where we ended up. Whether or not you end in Paraguay isn't what matters, but it'll give you a deeper heart and a love for missions. Matthew 9:37 says, "Then saith he unto his disciples, The harvest truly is plenteous, but the laborers are few. Pray ye therefore the Lord of the harvest, that he will send forth laborers into his harvest."